Hey, what's up, everyone? Morey Croson here, and today we're going to be doing a final recap of the World Athletic Championships of 2023, and we'll start the video right now. This is the newest edition of the Performance Lab.
Reach your individual goals. You don't want to just talk about straight line speed. We also want to talk about your ability to be quick. We break down your video. Let's make you into the quarterback I know you can become.
All right, so after a couple days of covering the World Athletic Championships, I thought it'd be great to just kind of give a bit of a recap and even looking a little bit into it just to find out a little bit more about how well some of the countries did. Obviously, I'm from the United States, and so I wanted to just get a feel for how well the United States did. But when looking at it, there's a lot of cool things that I was able to find on the World Athletics website that I thought I'd be able to share with you guys here, just because the track and field community, I feel like, is something that is growing, and I just wanted to be able to really show some of the numbers that they talked about. So one of the cool things here, and I wasn't able to find much from a broadcasting perspective, and there's so many countries that are covered through it. Even when I was doing and looking to find ways to be able to broadcast it or watch it myself, it was hard to be able to find stuff in the United States at times, and I was able to find some stuff in other countries and was able to look up and see just how often and how many times or in how many different places it was actually broadcasted, which just shows, again, how much it is growing overall. I thought this was really cool to be able to see how, from a website perspective, there was times where there was over 400,000 requests per minute, 14 million per hour. This is all people that are checking the World Athletics website overall. Obviously, a lot of different broadcast personnel, broadcasters, media, 850 accredited media, 70 and photographers. And looking at the coverage, it reached 28 million people at some point during the broadcast. That's Germany, UK, France, Finland, TBS, and Japan. All these are all awesome numbers, things that are very, very impressive. They talked about how the 11 million followers have now been following the World Athletics, and a lot of people went to actually visit the exhibit in Budapest. And so, again, awesome to be able to see the growth from a overall sport perspective. And then also to see, and I looked into it last year, was actually the most a country has gotten medals, which was 33. USA got 33 in the 2022 World Athletic Championships. And so this year followed it up with 29. Again, a really great overall performance in a lot of ways. I'm going to get this over here. This is just going to go into most of the events that we specifically cover. Obviously, there's been a long period of time where the Jamaicans were dominating these events, the 100 meter and the 200 meter for both men and women. And this shows is just that there's a lot of competition here within this field, right? Last year's champion, Fred Curley, wasn't even in the finals in the men's 100 meter. Noah Lyles ended up winning both the 100 and 200. If you're watching this, I'm sure you already know that. But Letsile Tobogo, he did great in both the 100 and 200. Came in second here. I want to say he came in third in the 200 meters. I mean, he was right there. If he came in third, he was really close to coming in second. Yeah, he came in third there, 1981. And again, a really, really good performance from him. Very young athlete, born in 2003. So, 20 years old. And same thing with Ariane Knighton, born in 2004 and ran 1975. So the future of the track and field industry is looking very, very good. Zarnell Hughes also did very well. This is probably his best overall performance that we've seen. And I mean, we have Christian Coleman who's trying to come back. I think he's going to do really well. I'm talking a lot about the USA guys, but even Oblique Seville, he's somebody that is we've been following for a long time. He's up and coming. I mean, he was a couple thousandths of a second away from coming as high as second place in the 100 meter. So Zarnell Hughes was right there. Obviously, we'll see how Tobogo is able to be able to respond. We got Fred Curley. I'm sure he's going to come back. I still think Omanyala is somebody that's going to be able to get consistently better. And then obviously with Trayvon Bromell, somebody that we've been following for a long time, one of our somebody's been on our podcast as well. I'm sure that he's going to come back and be able to run some great times too. We also saw Sha'Carri Richardson do really well. right? Win the 100-meter for the first time. This is something that really the Jamaicans have been dominating for a long time. So the fact that we finally got a 100-meter champion here is a great feat, something that hasn't been done for like 5 or 6 years now, maybe even more. I actually should have probably looked that up beforehand to see when was the last time a Jamaican didn't win the 100-meter in the World Championships. Talu's been around for a long time, continuing to be one of the best in the world. Obviously, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price as well. 88, 80, and 86 is when they're both born. Amazing that they're able to still be in even the top 5 and even in the finals. Within that, same with Dina Asher-Smith. Somebody that is also really a strong competitor and has been around for a long time. I'm sure that we're going to be seeing Elaine Thompson, hurrah, come back and be able to start competing with the 100-meter again, especially now that a American won the 100-meter. I'm sure that that made it so all the Jamaicans are like, okay, it's time to take this back, and I'm excited to be able to see that. This was the 400, we didn't necessarily cover the 400 a lot in terms of just videos, but it is something that we've done breakdowns on. It is something that I'm always following. I think it's amazing to see these women running sub 50s in the 400 meter. I mean, that is just so fast overall. I know that's been happening for a while now, but just the fact that you're seeing more and more women do that. We wish to be able to see Sydney McLaughlin. She, I think, would have been able to really compete and potentially win here. These are all really impressive numbers, and these are all women that are going to continue to compete at a high level. Obviously, we didn't medal here from the United States, so it's a event that we need to get a little bit better at. And here for the 400 meter, same type of thing. I mean, Quincy Hall did really good here. Obviously, a little bit disappointed that we weren't able to see Michael Norman come and be able to defend his title. When looking on it online, it looked like he was trying to get back, but just had setbacks dealing with some tendonitis, and then just said he's going to go and focus on the Olympics coming up. We have Wade Vanderkerk. Great to be able to just see him competing again and competing at a high level. I think that he's somebody that will be able to come back and potentially, I mean, in the next few years, he's got to be able to really put up some great times to be able to show that he can still compete. But again, some great young talent. Antonio Watson out of Jamaica, Matthew Hudson-Smith from the UK. And that's really, it seems like these 3 countries are really the highest level as of right now. I'd say Jamaica, when it comes to sprinting at least, Jamaica, the US, and Great Britain. We're just seeing a lot of events where they are consistently at the top, have athletes that are all competing at the top. And it helps when you have a country where there's other people that are in that same bracket, right, are able to really compete at a high level, because then you can go and train with those types of athletes, and the expectations overall are just that much higher. We could see here, again, a great job with the 200 meters. Obviously didn't get gold. Sharika Jackson was able to get the gold. She ran a world leading time and a championships record of 21:41. Excellent job there. We see Gabrielle Thomas, up and comer, definitely going to be able to do some big things here. Same with Shikari, right? She came in 3rd place, 21:92. Excited to be able to see what she's able to do in the months and years coming forward, because I know there's a lot of great races still coming forward to be able to round out the rest of the year. Again here, Noah Lyles, Aaron Knighton, ran some great times. We already talked about this as well. Andre DeGrasse is coming back too, Canadian. But we could see here, a lot of the same, other than Tobago, Great Britain, USA, Jamaica, a lot of what is the top performing countries. And again, I mean, just seeing USA being able to go 1 and 2 in the 200, be able to win the 100 meter for the men's is, again, right, we've had a few years in a row now of the U.S. winning the 100 meters, which is huge. It would be nice to be able to get a Olympic 100-meter gold here coming forward, because that's something that we haven't been able to accomplish in a few years. But I think we have the best opportunity to be able to do that. And another big one that we got was the 4x1, right? This is something that we've struggled with in the last few years. In the Olympics, we didn't even make it to the finals. Glad to be able to see, as we're approaching 2024, going into the Olympics that we have a team that can compete at a high level. I love Noah Lyles being the anchor. I love Christian Coleman being the start when we are winning the world championships. It seems like those two guys are a part of it. So the fact that those are two guys, that's big. Italy, they got a great team, right? They were right there. 37.62 is a solid time. Obviously, with Noah Lyles being our anchor, that was able to really separate us when it came to that last 100. And then Jamaica, obviously, we talked about them. They're one of the premier countries when it comes to sprinting, came in third, and we also have Great Britain here in fourth, 37.80. I think all these are, again, 4 countries. I mean, Italy is somebody that is always able to compete at a high level when it comes to the 4x1. Obviously, with Lamont Jacobs, the reigning Olympic 100-meter champion, he is somebody that is amongst the best, but he has just been, seems like he's been struggling with injuries, didn't compete at a high level or as high of a level as he has in the past when it came to the 100-meter. So, he wasn't actually in the 100-meter final, but they came in second in the 4x1. Just great teamwork. I think they do a great job of being able to understand and executing the 4x1. And then also, and I don't think this has happened for a long time, I should check that as well, was a back-to-back 100-meter champion for the men and women 4x1. Definitely hasn't happened for a long time, where we win the 100-meter for men, 100-meter for women, and also the 4x1 for men and the 4x1 for women. So that was a awesome accomplishment to be able to see. We had Shikari go ahead and be the anchor leg. I love that, her being the anchor leg. I love Gabrielle Thomas running that curve, that third curve. Tanisha Terry, she was a part of the 4x1 100-meter champion last year in the last World Athletic Championships, where we also won the 100-meter for women. And so back-to-back for the 100-meter for women, that's an awesome accomplishment there. The 4x4, this is something that the men have dominated in the U.S. for a long time. We got Ryan Benjamin being that anchor. Really great job. Quincy Hall doing a great job from the start. We have been a great 4x400 team for the men's for a long time. Women's, we've been doing a lot better when it came to the women's. Here, we struggled, right? We didn't do a great job. Didn't even get to the finals, actually. Obviously, not having Sydney McLaughlin didn't help us when it came to being able to get to the finals. And then Allison Felix as well, right? Allison Felix was somebody that was part of that 4x400 team that did so well. So the fact that she wasn't a part of it definitely didn't help. But yeah, that ends up being kind of like the video there. Just wanted to be able to give a bit of a recap of some of the things that ended up happening. We ended up, again, winning 29 medals. Great job. Second place, Canada, 4 gold, 2 silver. Jamaica also won a good amount of medals, 3 gold, 5 silver, 4 gold. At the end of the day, they go a lot by who wins the gold. And Spain and Canada were the 2 other countries that won the most amount of golds. And then Jamaica won a good amount of silvers and had 12 medals overall. Pretty good showing. Kenya had 10. They're usually really good within those long distance races. I'm sure they did really good there. Netherlands got 5. Again, Great Britain, they got 10, only 2 gold, but got 10 medals. There's a lot of great up and coming talent there, and a lot of great talent in general within Great Britain. So excited to be able to see that into the future. Obviously, USA has been doing a great job with a lot of the sports, but especially within the sprinting, we've seen a lot of really high-level men and women sprinters. Going to hope to continue to get some great performances, and looking forward to being able to cover it in the future. If you want to find out a little bit more about what we do, you can check out our website. We do stuff to help athletes with their mechanics, being able to improve their ability to run fast and just understand the different phases of sprinting, how to be able to work out, how to be able to really pinpoint some specifics when it comes to your ability to improve your speed, when it comes to, do you need to work on the start? Do we need to work on distance per step? Do we need to work on how much time we're spending on the ground? Just really getting objective into what we need to improve, right? Top speed can be one as well. And then from there, getting specific into what type of training that we need to be able to do and how can we make those improvements from a technique perspective as well. So always excited to be able to help people out when it comes to their form, their mechanics, and making it so they could just run better and also achieve better goals, and also to be able to accomplish more as athletes. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the website. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.